It's Week 11 of the NFL, and this defense features Shaq Thompson. He's a nightmare to deal with in the front seven. It's the Panthers and the Vikings, just ahead on EA Sports.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, I know you're excited about this one. That's because it's shaping up to be a pass-heavy showcase for these QBs.
Kate, keep your eyes on the skies because that's where the offense and the fireworks are going to come from. We've heard from their teammates and coaches about the trust they have in these quarterbacks on the field to really steer these offenses. In a quarterback-driven league, that trust is essential to compete week in and week out. We should have a good one today.
Has it all teed up. And off we go from Minneapolis. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And, of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
16 yards on the play, and it'll give the Panthers a first down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Young on 1st and 10. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back to the pick 6. So on our opening drive, Brock, we've got a big defensive highlight already as the pick 6 starts off our scoring.
This is a defense who isn't hiding how they're approaching this game. They want to be disruptive. They're unafraid to be aggressive. Can be a risky mentality to have. Boy, can it set a tone early.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Panthers and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. And midway through the season, you can see he's pacing the NFL running backs and receiving touchdowns. A real versatile player for them on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Young back to it after the pick. Cuffs, this is Xavier Leggett. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Play action now, Young. Complete out to the right. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Motion man sent left. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Young on the play action. That one's cut along the left sideline. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Young. He finds Sanders. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Motioning one of the tight ends. On 3rd down, it's Young. This one's caught. You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Well, here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And it's going to be the man under center who brings him out, now in his 9th NFL season.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. You just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Darnold. Setting up the screen. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain. You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. That's taken at the 15. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be Panthers football. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Only took him one play partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Young escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And they're going to have to regroup after this one.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Putting a receiver in motion. 2nd and 10 now. That's to the sideline. It's a catch by Williams.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
From the pistol, it's Young. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. He gets 6 on that play, and it'll give the Panthers a first down.
First down, Panthers.
Here's Hubbard on the give. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Young working from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a first down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. Know how valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Jack Thompson finishing that play off. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw, here's Darnold. Jump off caught by his back. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Marte Mapu, the man on the tackle. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Darnold now to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Got 46 on his first punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Shotgun snap now to Young. That throw behind his intended target.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
He's going to push one deep down. Big gain downfield. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs. They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. 7-3 is our score. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. We'll have them gain about a handful there. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 41. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
It's a pickup of 9 yards, and that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Young throwing here. It's taken in by Williams. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a second quarter lead. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers push their lead to 3.
Vikings 7.
The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Vikings now set to take the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, no, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
He beams one deep right side. And he's there to send that one away incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now Darnold. Completed over the middle. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Jack Thompson finishing that play off. And the Panthers into the nickel set. 3rd down coming. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. The Panthers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Gets this to Sanders. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Rush coming for Young. Complete. It's Atwell. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now Young. He's got the hook up to Atwell. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
No return on that punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Finds his man. It's Javon Baker. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Darnold looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Going to the ground again on first. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3.
They give it to him again. He still has room inside the 30. And he has this all the way down to the 17-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
First down from the red zone. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's brought down after a short gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
At the 15-yard line.
Hand off to the back. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Now, after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Throwing here, Darnold. Escapes out to the left. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Vikings take a 2nd quarter lead. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers get going again once more on offense. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Legette's got it. And he reaches the 35 before going out. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Young connects with Hubbard. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. And it's the Panthers who have 1st and 10. Here's Young to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Young working from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. Young to throw here on third. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down to the 28. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's first and 10. They motion a receiver left. Young on first and 10. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. To the air on first down, Young. He's on the move. He can run it. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. A pause now to deal with an injured player, and everyone recognizing who it is. Quarterback Bryce Young, the one in need of some assistance. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility, get outside the pocket, and find that open man.
Hubbard goes up and over for the touchdown. The Panthers take the lead just before halftime. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers push their lead to 3. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Hill now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Vikings and this running back headed back out for a new series. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. So we've arrived at halftime, and the Panthers impressive so far. They've got a lead so far on the road. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern.
Well, I hope everybody was lightning quick, ready to grab a refill or a bite to eat, because no halftime report this week. Everyone's set to get the third quarter underway. He fields it from the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Vikings returning their offense and this running back to the field. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. We'll pause now for an injured player, and it looks like he's worse for wear after handling that last carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And they send a man in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Bails out of the pocket. Pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down, but where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. All right, this is a little bit odd. I think in most spots we'd expect to see them decline the call, take the lost yards and down.
All I can think of here is they've got some extreme confidence, maybe hubris in their defense to make a similar type of play, but just tack on even more negative yards lost.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Here's Darnold to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. They're already on a modest little winning streak here, currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. Here's Pickett. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Pickett will look to throw. That's complete to Leggett. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Pickett to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. 2nd and 10 now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice. You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running this one left. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. That stop made by Derek Brown. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing off the play fake here. This one taken in by Baker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 43. As a man, Justin Jefferson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They've got a man in motion. They'll run here on first down. And this is down across the 30 before it stopped. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Running it after the penalty. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Jack Thompson finishing that play off. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
Darnold. And the Panthers are there to bring him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The Panthers set to take the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Hubbard quick on the draw. And he gets him around 6 there. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. To throw is Pickett. Complete. It's Atwell. And this one doesn't go far. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. It's Hubbard off the option. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense.
Offside. Defense.
Adding some insult to injury there. Not only did they jump, but they still gave up a lengthy run, even with the head start, as this one's declined. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Encroachment. Defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 1st down.
Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate 1st down following that encroachment flag. They'll run here following the penalty. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 3 on the gain as that makes it 2nd and 2 for him. Tight end in motion right. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. In motion left is Atwell. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Hubbard hauls it in.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Xavier again, the target on that throw. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. To throw, Pickett. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spot. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Darnold now to throw. Getting out to his left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled for no gain.
That's a really good job by the defense right there. Doing something I hear all the time in coaches' meetings. I want to keep that quarterback in the box. I want to put a fence around him. Don't want to let him get out and make a big play breaking the pocket.
Their punter making his way out now. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over possession. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has it downfield, working the left. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers keep their drive alive and reach pay dirt one play later. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers make it a 10-point ball game. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Hill now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with. Why they trail near the end of this 3rd quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. Slot man motioned over. Play action on 1st down. He's throwing deep to the left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now Darnold. Completed over the middle. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And he's calling for a fair catch, which is made at the 33-yard line. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Now Pickett. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Panthers in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. Second and 3 now. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing now from the gun. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. Now here's Pickett. Catch made over the middle. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. Here's a give to Hubbard. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Has it in close. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Pickett set to pass. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers take a 3-possession lead.
Vikings 14.
The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Hill now to return it. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pass is caught, it's T.J. Hawkinson. And he'll get it up to the 44. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
That's good for the Vikings. First down. First and 10.
Here's Darnold. Finds him over the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Darnold to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again following the sack. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Hits him on the in route. And he's tackled for a short gain. And absolutely no chance of getting the yards he needed. He's brought down well short, and they're going to turn it over on downs.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
The Panthers ready for their next shot here on offense. Kenny Pickett leading them out. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations. And I've realized over time and talking to them, they love taking a situation, a game moment, and making it a team topic. That play, that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach, not a head football manager, but he's going to take that play, he's going to illuminate it to his team and show the fearlessness of his corner making that tackle.
Third and long for him here. On the move, headed right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fields this at the 19. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Called at a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be their football. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He lofts it deep left. And they can't connect on the deep low. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Got his target, it's Baker. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. Darnold looking to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Another try following the sack. That finds the rookie from Wisconsin, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Throwing here, Darnold. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And this one does not go far. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it falls falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Panther offense headed out to the field. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Hubbard again. Into the second level past the 30. And he gets the first down before being taken down.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
Right on the doorstep now. Here's 1st and goal from inside the 1. Brooks does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line in the defense.
And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Panthers put up even more points in a win. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers make it a 24-point ball game.
14.
The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now Darnold. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it deep downfield. And they bring him down around the 34. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Completes this one to Baker. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. So now here's 3rd and 5. Throwing from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. Still one more in their pocket to use. 4th and 3, drive on the line. Darnold now to throw. Pass complete, screenplay. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. And And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs. Panthers beginning to celebrate their win here as they take a knee.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's the Panthers who take this one on the road. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the second half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.